Okay, hello, Datawrapper Team. This is just a video of feedback. I wanted to include it with my message of providing feedback. Really a fan of the tool. I was recommended by Jorge Camoes from Lisbon, Portugal, to use the tool or to learn the tool. And I always put it on hold. And then eventually I was like, where do I start? And then I came across that you guys did the conference. Was really glad that I came across it. Didn't watch it live, but I was now watching it, and I was able to watch all the way up to Guillermina's presentation onto 1 hour, and it was phenomenal. I actually followed the steps that she did. It was fantastic. Great explanation from her. And then I jumped a little bit to Elena's presentation, and I was really, really mesmerized with all the efforts that you guys are putting and everything that involves developing the tool. And I did came across with a couple of hiccups that I wanted to share, so that's why is the purpose of this video. So basically, when I was following Guillermina's example, first thing is that I am coming from a tabular mindset, a person that works with data models, Kimball and all that, dimension tables, or lookup tables to fact tables and all that. So I thought, okay, if you can produce a line chart this easy, I said, okay, let me just bring my data that I have, and I have it in this format. This way I have it in region, year, and share. So okay, so I highlighted it, copy it, and then bring it to the tool. Let's just do start creating. I already have an account. And then, okay, so upload the data. It was really easy. Just copy and paste it. Maybe backspace just to do not include that road. And that's it. Let's proceed. And then I think that's it. And then no errors here. I understood sort of Guillermina's tutorial on that or instructions about it. And then when I came across here, I was really struggling just to really like why I was showing you one line. Okay, maybe makes sense that to show one line, right? And then I have to define that I want several lines because I want to plot the regions. So then I kind of like, let me click here. And then I was like, okay, the horizontal axis, I do want to be time. That's perfect. Year. And then that didn't change much. And then I was trying to see, okay, on the vertical axis, I do want the year. So what I'm trying to say was intuitive, but then again, this is my first time, my first reaction, nothing to really complain. Then I noticed I put attention on how she had the data set up. Okay, and that makes sense. Then I pivoted with a pivot table, and then I accommodated it to be in this way. So perfect. So I copy my pivot data. Now I understand that you work with pivot data, and this is the first feedback that I'm sort of suggesting here very kindly, is that maybe to offer the opportunity to also work with tabular data, because I think it could have some adoption from folks that are coming from, like the BI or maybe more of a tabular mindset, that we have the data down and not pivoted that much. But for here, okay, it works with pivot data, which is also fine because, it's more friendly from the user. But for people, we work with to be machine readable. I would have thought that it could have worked the other format, but it doesn't. So it's fine. Proceed. And then I have my lines. Perfect. I'm happy. Now I get excited. But then, okay, I have the year on the horizontal axis. And then I notice on Guillermina's that you can switch sort of the labels or the grid right here to sort of be this part right here I'm referring to. Sorry. This part right here to be on the other side, which is, I love that option right there. So let me go back up here and then go back here. And then I notice that you can just switch the grid lines on the horizontal axis to be on the right. So like this. So, which is perfect. I loved it. But then my legend, there's no and this is the second feedback. I don't have a possibility to sort of say, this right here. I would love it to have it up to each individual line, because I think there's like enough space for the labels to go accordingly, because I put the y-axis on the other side. But there's no option. I try to look for it. I do right here on labels. I think it is. Yep, on labels. And then let's zoom in. And there's no labels. You can have it on right, on top. So maybe let's put it on top and then back out. Nope, that doesn't change anything. Right, or maybe none. Right, Yep, no top. So yeah, that's my sort of my first. I mean, my second feedback. If it's possible to put the direct labeling from the beginning of the lines, that would be fantastic. All right. I got those two, and then the next one was okay. I want to show you my final version and a version that I actually sent to Guillermina on LinkedIn. It was this one actually. This is my version, and maybe we can just click here and then maybe have it no, just copy this code and open a new tab, and then basically I have it right here, which I think I liked it, from just following her tutorial. I came up with this. Of course I already know a little bit of data graphics and all that, and I'm happy with it. I think it's not that bad for a first timer. The only thing is that I would love to sort of, highlight, or, at least to improve my grid lines, a bit, because I think they're competing. And this is also my fault because the way this chart is designed. But I was wondering if it's possible to sort of edit, the grid lines to be even, if you can give us further customization, at least to maybe make those lines a little bit more dotted or dashy, or make even these lines to be a even lighter gray. That would be awesome, if you can give us that option, because I think you cannot edit them on, not that I have checked all over the place. Still fan of the tool, yeah, really fan of the tool. Really great stuff, man. I'm happy Jorge Camo is really, he kind of like recommended me to use this tool, not last week. It was several years ago, and just right now, and now I picked it up. What else? What else we have on feedback? That would be the third one. Then the fourth is that I see that there's no Ctrl Z, and that sometimes will be nice, but of course, limiting it to maybe 3 times to sort of reverting what you did would be nice, because sometimes I switch the options and I messed up, but then if I press Ctrl Z, the shortcut, maybe I can switch back to this. It will be nice. I think up to 3 will be nice, but it's maybe my least important feedback of all. I did want to mention this one. This one is important because if I go back to this visualization that I did, I follow Guillermina's again example, and she added like a reference band, and then on the reference band, if I put it back again, and maybe let's do it real quick. I hope not to mess up. I think you do it on annotation, and if not, on layout. Nope, yeah, right here. Highlight range. Click on that, and then I'm just gonna do it real quick here. Put that up. Yep, perfect. And then start at 30. Yep, 30, and then end at 0. So what I noticed is that I cannot switch, like I cannot highlight, like I can highlight this line, as you can see, or maybe the red line, and you can see that it fades out the rest. But it's hard, once you have that range plotted, it's really hard to sort of grab those lines. You can see I'm struggling a bit to sort of, I don't know if this is a bug or maybe not. Maybe you do work with grammar of graphics, that, we're talking about layers, and maybe this layer is on top of that. If that's the case, then I was wondering if there's any option to sort of bring that range, right click maybe and send it to the background, and maybe have this layer of the graphic on top, because it was really hard. Like I had to eliminate the range and then, just actually deleted it and edit my line, because now I can select it. So that was kind of a pity. A Ctrl C would work here, but it didn't. But let's just put it again. Because what's the problem? The problem is that it's hard for me to sort of select, and let's just leave it like that. But it's hard to select, I cannot choose any of those data points now on these, for example, Latin America and Caribbean line right here. So yeah, quite a pity. Let me maybe back up here, and actually let's do something. Let's proceed and then republish it. I didn't test this. Let's do that right here live. Hopefully mess up a little bit. Click that, and let's reopen it with the range bar. And I do want to check. It didn't plot it. Why not? It does have the republish. Yep. I copy that. It's not showing up the range bar. It's not showing the range bar. Why is that? Okay. Well, maybe, if it's not showing. Oh, okay. So you still can choose. Okay. Maybe on edit mode, you cannot see that I'm choosing that line, which is fine. Then if I can go back to visualize, I didn't test this, so sorry for that. So on annotate, it's hard to choose that line. Okay, but it works nice. Then it does work on the final end. So okay, but just wanted to mention that if it's possible to maybe when you're editing the graphic that you can send this wrench bar to the back. And then the last one that I have here on my notes is yeah, that's it. That's all the 4 feedbacks that I have for you. I really loving the product. I'm gonna continue playing with it. For a final product that I did, in a couple of minutes to have something like this, yeah, it is worth it. It is totally worth it. I can see why many people are adopting this tool. So yeah, and lastly, I do want to say I'm a big fan of the dispatch for inspiration. My goodness, I get many ideas from the blog and then from the other side, but my favorite, to be honest, is the dispatch. Yeah, right here. Yep, great stuff. I have read them all. Yeah, in this last month, I went through all the graphics and really pleased with this section. Really continue it because there's so many ideas. Whoa, so many ideas, and I come from the Excel and Power BI arenas, so many of these stuff cannot be done, but like at least you get a good inspiration from it. So yeah, this is it for me, and as more I come across with the tool, I'll let you know in another video. And just in case, I'm gonna host it here on my YouTube channel, which is called, I'm the founder of Data Visualization Peru. We try to promote sort of, everything about data visualization. Is tool agnostic, but loyal to the field, so basically for now, a lot about Power BI basic, and but we're willing to actually, if somebody can present about Datawrapper, of course in Spanish, that would be awesome, really awesome. Okay, I'll host the video here, this feedback, but it will be unlisted, so that way only you guys can see it. And then I'll come up with a couple of videos, short clips to spread the word out to the people here that this tool is available. And lastly, let me just check here if something, because it's very important, because the community of data visualization Peru is mostly in Spanish. So do you have your website in Spanish? Let me see. I didn't check that. But if not, it's not a problem. A couple of people will kind of go through it if we really spread out that it is possible to sort of wing it with just knowing English. Many of the folks on the community, they don't know, they don't they speak and understand English, but it's not like this native. So no, there's no way to switch the language. That will be another feedback, a fifth one, if it's possible to switch this page to be Spanish, and if not, many other languages. Let me just go quick to the dashboard and maybe see if you can. Oh, you can switch it. Yeah, of course. Okay, you can switch it to language. So yeah, so then we're gonna emphasize this. We switch it to Spanish, and perfect. Okay, we're gonna do this, and definitely grab a couple of videos just to show what I did with my graphic in just a couple of minutes. So again, thank you. Until the next one. Bye bye.